Hello everyone, today I'll be telling you the story of Andhaka. It's a quite interesting book. If you thought Shiva had 2 sons, you're wrong. He has 3 sons. So today I'm going to be telling the story of Andhaka. Let's jump into the story of Andhaka. Okay. One day, Shiva and Parvati went to the mountain called Mandara. In that time when they were in Mount Mandara, Parvati was in a playful mood and she closed all the eyes of Shiva and the whole world was plunged into darkness. No one could see anything because it was plunged into darkness, only dark. And sweat drops came from the hand of Parvati because she covered the third eye, and the heat from the third eye was making the sweat come down and fall on the floor. And the sweat on the floor became a creature, a mythic. It looked disgusting. It had a big head, hair coming out like this, and it was blind. And I'm going to show you a picture how it looked like. Let's get it. It looked like that. And it looked like that, it looked like small, tiny, and like that. And he wasn't wearing anything at all. And he got a twisted bone and was not properly developed. Then Shiva smiled and Parvati asked, "What is this hideous creature before us?" Shiva said, "This is your work because you kept your hands over my third eye, and the heat of my third eye and the sweat from your hand created him. So he's our son. You must take care of him." Then Parvati removed her eyes from Shiva's hands, and then the sun was again out and was freed from the world of darkness. And then the creature looked even more horrible, but even though Parvati just took the boy. Meanwhile, Hiranyaksha was doing austerities to please Lord Shiva, for he wanted a son because he had no son to rule the kingdom after him. Finally, Shiva appeared him and asked, "What do you want, Hiranyaksha?" Hiranyaksha said, "After I die, there will be no one to rule my kingdom, and my brother has 5 sons, and I have 0 sons. So, who will rule the kingdom after me? So I want a son, O Lord." So then Shiva said, "I'll give you a son in the same might as you, my son Andhaka." Because Shiva named the son Andhaka when he was born, because he was born in the darkness. "I give you my son Andhaka. Here you go." Then Hiranyaksha was super happy and ran, yay! And ran and kept him and gave Andhaka a new crown with horns and kept him on a throne. And he has sat on the throne, and Andhaka lived in his new home. But then Hiranyaksha's arrogance grew, and he was threatening Devas and doing all bad stuff. So the Devas asked Vishnu to kill Hiranyaksha. So Vishnu took the form of a boar, and then with his nose power blew off the heads of all the soldiers of Hiranyaksha and killed all the soldiers of Hiranyaksha, and they were all dead. Then Vishnu assumed his true form, and with this Sudarshan Chakra chopped off the head of Hiranyaksha and blessed Andhaka as the king of the Asuras. But his cousins were jealous and could not bear to see him on the throne, so they kept on teasing him. This is what they said. What a blonde king you are! What a king you are! You are a useless king. We decided one of us will become the king of not you. So then one night, Andhaka went into the forest and started praying to Lord Brahma and to please him. Finally, Lord Brahma appeared and Brahma asked, "What do you want?" Andhaka said, "No one can kill me and I should be the strongest one." Then after that, Brahma said, "That cannot be. You have to be killed at least by someone." So then Andhaka said, "Okay, if the most beautiful lady, I don't think it is my mother, then let destruction befall me instantly." Then Brahma said, "So be it." After that, Brahma said, fight with heroic and fight heroic people. Then Andhaka was shocked and he said to Brahma, "Oh Lord, how will I do that? I have no muscle power and I have no eyesight. So please grant me with eyesight and some strength." Then Andhaka was like, his arms were like this, and then Brahma touched his palms, and then he got eyesight and became handsome and strong. He got even a six-pack, and he was super strong. And he was no more like, he was oof. And he was quite strong. Then he went to the palace and said, "Hey cousins, it's Andhaka." Then the cousins were really happy how Andhaka looked, and they said, "What a great boon you have been blessed with." And they crowned him as king because they were very happy with him. And then this is a funny example, and he hasn't ruled Deva Loka. He took over Deva Loka and as well the whole earth, planet Earth. Then followed by on the earth, few sages were worshipping Indra and saying. Then Andhaka said, "Hey sages, do you know that worshipping Indra, not me, is a crime now? Hey soldiers, whip them out of this place." And that was a very cruel thing to do. The sages, holy sages, worshipping the Lord Indra and smack them off. Cruel, cruel, cruel. No bad, good. And then one day the soldiers of Andhaka saw a very beautiful maiden. That maiden was Parvati. And they saw that beautiful maiden with a male. And that male guy was Lord Shiva. And then they went back to the palace and said, "Oh Andhaka, we have seen a very beautiful lady in your forest." Then Andhaka said, "If that is very lovely lady, bring her here and I want to marry her." But actually that is Andhaka's true mother and with Andhaka's true father. And he wanted to marry his own mother. Crazy. But he didn't know. So then the soldiers went back and waited till Shiva opened his eyes. And then they asked, who is this lady? Then Shiva, the male one who is Shiva, said, this is my wife. Then the soldier said, you got a very beautiful wife, but you don't deserve her. She has to have all the enjoyments and all the luxuries. Why is she doing penance and spoiling her life? She doesn't deserve to live with you. Hand her over peacefully, they said. Then Shiva said, the Rakshasa king is free to take my wife. Then the soldiers felt a bit insulted and went and conveyed the message to Andhaka and Azal. Azal felt insulted, and then he went for war, and then Azal, all the Devatas came to protect Parvati, and then they started war. And Andhaka made hundreds of Andhakas, and all 101 Andhakas fought. But Shiva, with his Trishul, killed all the fake Andhakas until the real Andhaka was alive. Then, with the Trishul, Shiva took Andhaka and lifted him up into the sky, and then Andhaka lost all his muscles and became and then Andhaka said, please forgive me, O Lord. Then Shiva kept him down and he was in his palms and said, I will grant you what boon you want, said Shiva to him. Then Andhaka asked, let me stay with you. Then Shiva said, so be it. And then Shiva said the story of Andhaka's birth. And Andhaka was very happy. The end. I hope you enjoyed today's story and liked it. If you want, I can show you the pictures now. Do you want to see? Actually, if you want, please comment below and please subscribe to my channel. Bye.